Hello everyone, I am Pratik Singh, host of this channel. Today we will learn how to write our first program, that is Hello World. So in previous video we have seen how to install MinGW, that is compiler for C++, and how to install VS Code, and we also added MinGW compiler in our environment variable. So in this video we will create our new file by just opening our folder or creating new folder. If you are I think you are according to everyone, let us consider a majority of them that you are beginner. So just create or open a folder, create a new folder in anywhere where you want in a local disk, and just open that folder and create a new file and type the name hello world or whatever you want. Just write hello world without any space, and if you are using any special character, then you can only use underscore, else character are not allowed. And saving name with extension cpp. Just hit enter and there we go, our file has been created. So why do we write hello world in as a first program? So basically it's just a rule in the world that whenever any programmer write their first program, that is that usually they write hello world as a beginner. In hello world, it consists of basic structure of any programming language. Like in Python, it's simply one line code. But if we see in any other programming language like Java, C, or currently we are studying C++, then in C++ we see structure of C++ programming language, basic structure, which generally used in every program, whatever if you are coding for any problem, that basic structure is mandatory for every code. So we will discuss about that, and we will see also that what syntax, what thing, what special character works for, and how does this code work, and what does that specific means. So without wasting our time, just dive into our code. So in this cpp code, we start with our first line, that is hash include. What is this hash include? We will discuss in few seconds. Just parallelly code with me, or you just write in notebook, and after completing this video you just go on your compiler and uh, just practice it. So hash include, this hash generally means as a preprocessor command. What is preprocessor command? We will discuss later in next video in brief what is preprocessor command. But in short term, let us discuss what is preprocessor command. In this, the compiler removes comments. What is comment? We will see in few seconds uh, in this video itself. That preprocessor command, when first of all executed by compiler, and this removes all the comment from the file of that is source code. Whatever we write our code, that is called source code. That comment will be removed from source code. Macros will be added to this file. What is macros? We will see it in later. And also that header file. In this case, header file, our header file is iostream. What is iostream? It's a file which is pre-built by a C++ developer or inventor or discoverer. Uh, this consists of some inbuilt function which help us to uh, perform basic functionality of C++ program, like cin. We will discuss it later. What does it do? Cout. We will also discuss it later. But in simple word, you can understand that cin used for taking input from user from their keyboard keystrokes, and cout is generally used for console output. The full form of cout is console output, and cin full form is console input. Console means whatever we see our after running the code, terminal will open here in this half screen. That terminal is known as console, or we can say it our output screen. So that is console. So all over the header files, whatever functions are there, that will be included in our this main hello world file. So hash include iostream. Then we will use using namespace. Using namespace, uh, uh, sorry, we I have used a snippet. So using namespace std, what is this? And this semicolon. What does this? Let us discuss from backside. What does the semicolon do? Semicolon is used for terminating our current line, whatever we are writing. What is std? Std is a namespace, or we can say file, uh, which is used to uh, we can say which is used to perform our task like C in C out. These are the namespace. Namespace means let's suppose we have created a let's suppose by taking an example in our desktop or laptop, you just create a folder. That is, you give a specific name to that folder, and you put all these files on that folder. So here it's same like namespace means we are creating a namespace, yani ki, that is we are creating a space for that IO stream file, that is std, which contains our basic functionality functions, including it. Then we will call it later for our as per use case. Then third line, it consists of function defining, that is int main. We will discuss it later in few seconds. What does this work for? Now, as usual, discovering from backside, this curly brace. This is known as curly brace. Most important thing in this programming language is to understand about all these bracket type. Let me discuss it later. And let me introduce to you with comments. What is comments? Comments is like that is generally not considered by as a code by compiler. For C++, you use double forward slash for commenting. Commenting means you can write our any of the sentence or any of the thing or any of the comments, we can say, to the code for basic our user understanding that what does that code for do for. Like here I'm expressing by this comment that what is curly braces or what is another type of bracket used in programming. So this bracket is known as curly braces. Just remember these name, don't be confused. This known as curly braces, or simply braces, you can say. You can say or simply braces. And this bracket this bracket is known as parenthesis in programming language. Parenthesis, or we can say just bracket. No, not bracket. It's only known as parenthesis. There is no other name for this uh, parenthesis. Maybe my spelling was incorrect. So just stay focused on the concept. Don't focus on my grammar. This is known as square bracket, or in other words, this is known as bracket. Not these are known as bracket. Only this square bracket is known as bracket. So just remember this name. In future, we will use these terminologies for our use case. These known as bracket, or we can say square bracket. Square bracket. These. So this is commenting. Now, when we let's suppose if our code has been written successfully, completed, then we will run this code. Then compiler will read this line by line and make this source code converted into binary code. I know that I am going deeper in our first video, so I am sorry for that. But for explaining purpose, I have to take help for that. Whenever our code is executed, our source code is converted to binary code or machine code by compiler. Then, when I have discussed a few seconds back that preprocessor, whenever this first line preprocessor command executed, it will remove comments from our source code. That is, it will remove these unusual, unnecessary, unimportant thing to compiler. It will remove from that source code, and rest of the source code, rest of the uh, stuff you have written on this code base in this IDE, that will only convert it to binary or machine code. these stuff will not convert it to binary or machine code. So let me remove this everything, and let me introduce also from one thing also. This is single line comment. We will discuss about how to do a multi-line comment. So let me come to the come to back to the topic. This is curly braces. These are usually mentioned for denoting the space of that function. Means that is code block. Means what does int is? Int is a short form which is used for compiler or CPP program for denoting integer. Most of the programming language considered integer as int in their program, like in C, C++, Java, or we can say in Python. All these programming language support int as place of integer. Means if you will write integer, it will not consider. It will show error that this is not defined or this is something which I don't mean. When you write int, then it consider as that thing integer, means that is written in int. Int is a data type. We will discuss later in our upcoming videos what is int, and this is name main. Main means this function will executed at very beginning of the code as soon as our important line has been executed. Whenever any function got executed, the first function that is executed, that is our main function. So that is name given to a function main, and this parenthesis depicts that the name written before these parentheses are our function, user's function. So this is our code area, or we can say code block, in which we will write our code. So here we will write cout. We will discuss in few seconds what is cout and why do we use this syntax, these sign, and what does this means for, and how does this work. And then we will write in our double inverted commas, that is hello world. What is this? Now written. I have this cout means, as previous I told, cout means console output. Cout refers to printing our statement or outputting our statement or stuff to the console. What it will output, that will be have written in this inverted comma. What does this semicolon use for? This use for terminating our line. That is when this is used for that compiler should understand that our line has been terminated, that our line number 4, whatever in this line number 4 is written, is executed till now. When new line will start, that means another thing that does not relates to that our previous line, that is number 4. So what is this to sign means for? We can say it just a less than or greater than sign, whatever you just say. Or in programming, this is known as left shift. So this do we understand you much better. Like you will be confused when we will use our cin. In cin we use this sign. So I will give you some tip, or we can say a memorizing trick, how you can memorize that which sign is used where. So first of all, let us run here. Now our code is complete as we can see, but here's one point or one catch, that we have mentioned int for our function. This int means that our function is promising that our function will return some integer to this function, but here we are not returning anything. That means we are breaking our promise to that function. This is not initially a sign for a good programmer, that you are promising an integer as an return value that this function is expecting, and you are not returning anything to this. So we will use a return syntax or return statement for this. Just write return 0. Just write, let me one second. Uh, we will write return 0 and this semicolon sign. Now, what does this return means? Return means that whenever this function will run, it will execute this code block, whatever written in this, and when successfully returned, then at the final stage, when it is getting exiting from this function, it will return 0. Now you rise work you will in your mind there one question arises, that integer may be 1, 2, 3, 4, or any other integer, valid integer. So why we are returning only 0? Why we are not returning 1, 2, -1, -2? These are also integer. Why we are returning only 0? So the answer is, as a good programmer, we will use a return 0 for depicting them that our code has executed successfully. So 0 means our code executed successfully, and return or exit with code 0. In some compiler or online compiler, you will see whenever you executed your code, there a line at the below of your output is written that code executed successfully with code 0, 1, 2, or whatever it depends on you. So I write 0. So as a good programmer, you have to maintain the decorum of this coding community, that whenever you have executed our code successfully, then you have to return 0. It's not a rule that or compulsory that you have to return only 0. You can use 1, but it's make a complicated or misunderstanding to other when you if you share this code or to someone else. If he read this code, then he will thought that why he is returning 0, he is not returning 0 instead of returning 1. So for this confusion, we use a similar code, a similar mentality, that if we have executed our code successfully, then we will return 0. So let me change it to 0, and now our program or code is written successful. Now we can just click write, or I have for that only I have installed you that code runner extension to just executing our code. Or either if you have not installed, then you have to install it then you have to run this program manually. So let me run through that extension only. Just click on right click on that file, wherever you want, and just click on run code. When you click on run code, and then it will returning our output on console. This is known as console. Now let me show you that if I change this 0 to 1, will it affect our code? So let's first of all I have to save that and just execute it. No, it's not affecting our code. It is printing that same statement. It is not affecting our code. So this that because we are giving an integer, we are expecting as integer. Now let me kill that terminal and moving ahead, that our first program hello world has been executed successfully, and we have coded our first hello world program. Now your homework, or we can say task, is to print something like I am giving you that hi space, this is code piece, code in piece YouTube channel. Or you can type anything else whatever you want, but this is your homework. Let me comment it out so that our compiler will not read this. So thank you for all for watching this video, and I hope you have learned something new in this. I know you have some of you have uh, learned C++ previously, but I am expecting that you have also learned something different or something new which you haven't read or learned previously. So we will meet in next lecture with new concept, new thing, and new code and new unit. So thank you for all watching this. Signing off.